There's nothing like going to the source, and each year I visit vineyards that produce some of the world's greatest Pinot Noirs. I'm Bruce Sanderson, Senior Editor at Wine Spectator. Each winter I travel to Burgundy to taste the new vintage and tour the vineyards. Specifically, I head for the Côte d'Or, which contains top vineyards for both red and white wines. But for the best Pinots, there's no better region than the Côte de Nuits in the northern Côte d'Or. Côte de Nuits is known for fragrant, dark, fruit-flavored, and long-lived Pinot Noir. Today, we're going to look at the largest Grand Cru vineyard in the Côte de Nuits, Clos de Vougeot. The 125-acre vineyard is located between Musigny to the north and Vosne-Romanée to the south, and it covers most of the appellation named after the village of Vougeot. Even though the Clos is the Côte de Nuits' largest Grand Cru vineyard, it's divided into 100 separate parcels that are owned by 80 different proprietors. Because of this fragmentation, it's difficult to describe a single consistent wine style from Clos de Vougeot. The best wines, however, are rich and full-bodied, with ripe red and black fruit flavors, solidly structured and capable of aging 20 to 30 years. Because of the vineyard's large size and fragmented ownership, there are three important factors to consider: the location of the parcel on the slope, the age of the vines, and last but not least, the grower or merchant who makes the wine. Vineyard location is important because the soils at the top of the slope are quite different from the soils at the bottom, and the wines from each soil type offer distinctly different balances of finesse and power. The top section is stony limestone, very thin and well drained. The wines tend to have more finesse and less power than those from the middle or bottom portions. Mid-slope, you find marl, a mix of limestone and clay, though it's still quite stony and well drained. The wines show more power, body, and structure. The bottom slope is alluvial, with deeper soils, and more clay means it's less well drained. As a result, the wines from this bottom section tend to have even more weight and power than wines from the top and middle portions, and generally speaking, less finesse. However, vineyard location isn't everything in Clos de Vougeot. The age of vines and the grower winemaker also shape the wine. Older vines have deeper roots to gather moisture and nutrients. They are also better at balancing vegetative growth with fruit yields. The resulting grapes ripen more readily and are more concentrated. Wines from older vines tend to have more intense fruit flavors and supple textures. The final key factors that shape the wine are the grower and the winemaker. A good grower keeps yields low and harvests top-quality fruit. A good winemaker pays attention to each detail to convey the vineyard's unique terroir. The two wines I'm featuring are both made by outstanding grower winemakers, but they source their grapes from different locations in the vineyard. The Domaine d'Ardouille is a producer on the rise. Its Clos de Vougeot 2006 is made from grapes grown at the top of the slope. The vines from this 1.4-acre plot are 35 years old. The wine shows floral aromas plus red and blackberry flavors, but most of all it's very refined. Our second wine comes from JADOT, one of Burgundy's most famous producers. The Clos de Vougeot 2006 is blended from two parcels that run from the Route Nationale at the bottom of the vineyard up to mid-slope. Though perhaps it doesn't come from an ideal spot, careful vineyard management and winemaking result in a terrific red Burgundy. It's ripe, rich in texture, and full of blackcurrant and cassis notes. The vines from JADOT's 5.3 acres average 40 years of age. It comes from lower on the slope than the Ardouille, so as expected, it's a more solid, powerful red than the Ardouille, and the tannins are more prominent, so this is a wine that you might want to age a little bit longer before opening. So what does all this mean? Terroir is important in Burgundy, as it goes a long way in determining the character of the wine. But when you have a vineyard as large as Clos de Vougeot, with so many different soil types and parcels, the producer can be the deciding factor. As you can see with these two outstanding Clos de Vougeots, the Ardouille from the top of the slope and the JADOT from the middle and lower stretches, a conscientious producer makes the best wines in most circumstances. Location of the vines, vine age, and vintage conditions, and encourages the vineyard's specific character and charm to shine through.